Hey, welcome along. It's Sandy here in New Zealand. Now today I just want to talk about the TVA and the core and how they work and how to turn them on and when to turn them on. So whether you're doing daily activity or you're doing pilates on the mat or using the total gym, because I know a lot of total gym people are interested in this. So let's get busy and understand TVA and core and how they all link together and how to use them. So first of all, every movement that comes from your body, whether it's lifting a leg or lifting an arm, should be done first of all with conscious attention to turning on your TVA. Why? Your TVA interlinks into your lumbar fascia and helps support your lower back, and it's meant to be like a his and her relationship working together. So if one's not there, the other does all the work. Hence, we get into a lot of lower back issues, which is not really lower back issues, it's more how we're using the back and who's not helping to do the work, namely TVA. So today is about TVA. So TVA, the transverse abdominis, is needed to do every movement from our body. So if we start to practice and be conscious of it, it soon becomes a subconscious effort. So how do we do that? Well, we train it to be on. So that can be in your car, in your shower. It's just practicing turning it on and having it on. Now, listen carefully, over-recruitment is just as bad as no recruitment. So we need to get that fine balance. So we say 30% on, not 100% on. Now, there's an old-fashioned cue that I still see being used, but it's wrong. Belly button to spine is not turning on TVA. It is not turning on what you need to support your lower back. A better cue for females is to think of this area here, belly button down into your pubic bone, and think of a pair of jeans a little bit too tight, zip up. Okay, so you'll hear me say zip up. Why? Because belly button to spine makes a woman go and bear down. And all that bearing down over a period of time can cause all kinds of issues with bladder control, and also genitals actually need to be put back up. Now this happens over a period of time, definitely not in our young, but you don't want to go there. So we navigate not to go there. Also, that cue of belly button to spine, I'm going to show you my hand in my lower back, my hand on my front. So if I go belly button to spine, watch this area here. It flattens, and we don't want it to flatten. That is not how we want our lower back to be, because then our QLs are in the wrong position. So we want to do lower, if you can practice it, so you put your hand on your lower back, you put your hand in the front, and then you zip up only in the front, nothing happens in the back. Zip up, TVA is on. Lower back didn't change. We've still got a little bit of lordosis, and our QLs are in the right position, and our multifidus. So we're now in a great position. We've got a squeaky chair, sorry. We're in a great position to do anything. Lift an arm, lift a leg, lift a load, pick up the washing, do exercise. Okay, so now the other cue, which is really good for men, and I don't know because I'm not a male, is lift your balls. So before you do anything of load, before you do any swing paths, before you do any weights, I want you to lift your balls. It's that simple. Excuse the way I say that, but it just works, and you men are a little bit simplistic, so this one is a good one for you just to turn on whenever you're doing anything, day or at the gym. So the other one which I want to address is doing anything without this on will always mean that your QLs and your multifidus have to do extra work. Now also, if you have bloating from lifestyle, from excess toxins, from not eating to your metabolic type, you can also have a storage tank around here. Now that storage tank can interfere with your ability to turn on your TVA, which will then show as lower back pain again. So that's another issue, and I do a whole nutritional lifestyle assessment together with exercise, corrective exercise, together with hydration and breathing. So the whole lot goes together, but we're going to stay on task of TVA and why and how and when to turn it on. I like to say to everybody, when you wake up in the morning, see if it's there, turn it on. And before you put your feet down and off you go, put it on. Every red light, check, re-put it on, because it's like training any other muscle. You need to be using it for it to be working for you. So TVA and lumbar fascia are a nice little concept that should be working together. Without it, you will always eventually end up with lower back or even thoracic spine issues. So I'm going to get off my chair and show you what I mean. So for instance, if we're going to pick up a medicine ball, instead of doing this hinge over where the QLs will do all the work and you have nothing else on, you need to come in, drop down, zip up the tummy before you lift the load. So zip up and then come up. Then again, if you're going into a wide squat with a medicine ball, always remember the load is more away from you. So keep it in close until you know you've got your TVA and your glutes working. So zipping up the belly, and then this is the one which I see wrong. Most times when people have a load, they hold their breath. Let's do it the right way. We actually breathe out into the load. So exhale into exertion. So we come down and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now glutes and TVA are now supporting. And again. Bringing it down to the floor again. Any load whatsoever, drop and bring it down. Now I'm going to go into core. Core is not just abs. Core is your diaphragm, breath out, TVA, multifidus, and surprise, adductors. Now let's test that out. If you push in with your inner thighs or use them, you're going to feel a brace. That's going to work. If you use your breath out, you're going to feel even more lower abdominals come on. So the diaphragm, the TVA, the adductors, and the multifidus work together. That is your core muscles. Often people just think it's abdominals. The whole lot go together. So the rule of thumb is exhale and exertion. If you're watching this video, come and play with me. You'll find out why. Find your hip bones. Bring your fingers inside. Press into that gristly bit down below, TVA. Now some of you might have to go in a little deeper, don't worry about it. And some of you may not find it first time, but the more you practice this, the more you will come in contact with it and you will have a connection. So come inside the hip bones. Now I want you to find the gristly bit and stick 2 fingers in. Now remember I said that we often see a faulty reverse pattern, which is hold the breath. So I want you to hold the breath. Nothing happened. Now, I want you to take a breath in, stick your fingers in. Now breathe out your mouth. Instant contraction. That is your TVA coming on to link in and support and work with your lumbar fascia and your QLs to provide that corset and concept that you need to preserve your lower back, work your abdominals, and get some tone and shape instead of tucking it into your jeans. So applying it so on the mat. If we're doing Pilates on the mat, first of all, zip up, C-curve, and then breathe out. Breath in, breathe out. TVA, diaphragm. I'm also making sure my legs don't fall in and fall out, so I'm using my adductors. Okay? When you come into a plank position, hands are underneath the shoulder. Before you come up, zip or lift your balls, zip, so you come up supported, and then lift up into your plank. It's going to be so much easier. Now to maintain your plank, you're going to find you can hold it a lot longer. If you want to do a leg up and down, breath in. Make sure you breathe out as you come up, not after, with the hands. Beautiful. So, finding that on a total gym. Same go. Everything you do on here, we have to set. So I'm going to add on the arm pulley and show you some upper body work. Power towel, guys. And how we integrate the core and the TVA on from the moment you sit down. So we're not just slouching, we're sitting down, our shoulders are pinched. I always say lift your heart to the roof and then zip up. Now I'm ready, I'm supported. Breath in, roll down, arms come over. Now I'm going to hold them in two hands to show you what I mean here. Rib cage up, hand goes through the middle. Or wrong. You want rib cage down, zip up, or lift balls. You've now got your core and TVA on. So every single move you do is coming from core, including TVA and adductors. Bring in pelvic floor as well, ladies. Beautiful. And then we increase. Now if it was a Pilates 100, that's why we use the breath. A lot of people don't understand the 100, and I see it done so many times wrong. So you breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Now I'm going to stop there. So the 5 plus 5, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. You'll feel on your TVA are really working. If you're not doing it right, you're going to feel your neck and you're not going to be working what we're here to work. So you start here and then you can progress, legs up and breath in. Roll up, breath in for 5. Breath in for 5. Breath in, breath out. Now, so when you start getting stronger, then you go to the advanced version, which is legs up in the air on a diagonal, not down here, guys. I see this a lot. Back will arch, straight on back. That's not what we're here for. Rib cage down, zip the tummy, roll up, breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Beautiful. And that's how we also come up into the teaser, nice and controlled, no momentum. My ribs are down and I've zipped up. And you use the breath out to stay there. Breath in to set. Beautiful. Now if you're doing any strength move, again, remember it's not from shoulders and it's not from hands. It always starts core. So before you go anywhere, lift your heart, pinch your shoulders, zip. And then take your feet away. Use your adductors to grip the guide board. You now have complete core integration. Breath in, exhale and exertion. Breath in, breath out. Now I can feel my shoulders, my chest, my abdominals, my adductors. That is the true meaning of core functional fitness. So, same with anything needing stability. So if we were down doing our 4-point stance, shoulders down, zip the tummy before you move, head in alignment. Take off the left hand, zip the tummy, take off the right knee. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out and come back down. So what does this all mean? The word balance and doing a position like that, standing, kneeling, sitting. I hear a lot of people haven't got balance to do that. Balance is stability. Stability comes from your core. Core is breath, diaphragm, TVA on, multifidus, alignment, and now you have adductors. So keeping your legs in a line, keeping them if you can, holding the glide board, you're going to feel more stable, which you may call balance, whatever you want to call it. That is how you do it. Remember the exhale on exertion, zip or lift balls, and away we go. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, please pop below. If you know anyone that needs this with lower back pain or balance issues, or you just see them, just give them the gift of, for the link to this email to this YouTube, and help a friend out, because this is the only way. When I was, I think 35 years younger, I was diagnosed completely wrong by professionals, put in a back brace. I had so many issues going on, but really it was because I was on Les Mills stage using that old cue in the 80s of belly button to spine. I flattened my back out, I destroyed my lower back, I completely just used my body wrong, and I was going really hard and doing triathlons, and I really did a lot of damage to myself. And now I'm giving the gift back to make sure that you guys don't do the same things that I did wrong, and you learn that the breath is essential to use TVA, and TVA always supports your lower back. I hope you have more pleasant workouts and this helps you.